realize there are cosmic constants. And that means that duality and polarity are constants. You know, the yin and the yang is a constant in the entire universe. That dark and light and that shift back and forth of positive and negative, that is a constant. And our story weaves together those constants and morals into the development of our soul. And I think really the idea of this is, imagine there are souls that exist at a lot of immature levels, okay, all throughout the universe. And maybe our universe was created entirely for the purpose of being a teaching universe. I'm not even saying Earth. Let's even go beyond that. What if this entire universe, the entire purpose of it is souls that come from another universe that are non-physical and like incredibly powerful, but maybe some are immature and they're all in their different stages of development. And maybe it's like, you know, you go off to college and you're like, bye mom. And you have like a bag and you're like, I'm going off to Earth University. And in like the, whatever universe, like they call, I don't know what we call it, right? And they're like, have fun. I'll see you in like 17 karmic lifetimes. And you're like, I'll be back, right? However many it is. But maybe that's what this whole thing is, because the more that I've looked at it, the more that seems to be the case, is that these beings like Enki and Enlil and others are more like the teachers. Okay. They're more like the teachers that came here to teach all the young souls how to eventually have that first beater car that then crash and have a big fender dender. You know, they have a fender broken and like a tire and like, they know that. We're going through that. We're learning. We're being distracted. We're like that. We're those kids that have to be let go to a party and get really drunk and like get sick. So we understand like what those responsibilities and those decisions are. That's us. We're those kids, and this entire thing is a teaching school. But the problem is that those parents are not exactly going to be easy on us. So you can't allow a teenager that doesn't learn like the right rules to just all of a sudden have the keys to everything and then cause destruction, right? That's irresponsible. So what do? Well, you give them slight responsibilities. You help them. You start teaching them. You're like, oh, look, maybe things aren't the way you've been taught, right? Maybe look at these distractions here, like, and think about the distractions on the real world. I love that analogy of a teenager because I think it fits every single thing you can imagine. A teenager is often distracted by a lot of things that they later like look back on or like, that was silly, right? Pretty women, and you know, if you're a man or whatever, just depending on, it's just an attractive person, or something that's fun, like a party, or something you want to learn how to do, or whatever it is. It's something temporary. It's something that you're doing to learn and understand as you go along. But that's not something you're going to do later on in life, right? And I think that's the idea now, is all these things we're in, and I mean like on a high level, distractions, TV and celebrities and malls and these like material world that we get lost in with money. That's like the teenager being distracted. That's like the idea that, hey, we're going to put these distractions and you can take them if you want, but that's up to you. You have free will in this reality. You can decide to do whatever you want. We're going to offer it to you because guess what? We can, and that's part of this whole system. See, the more that I realize, it's not really about the opposition of consciousness. It's about the timing of when things are going to emerge based on when we're ready. Because if you tell someone like, hey, go walk out in the woods in the dark alone and like, I'll see you later. Like if they do that, they might get lost. But that's their choice, right? We can't expect to like have our hands held the whole time. This notion of meekness that has been introduced by later monotheistic religions, of us just kind of sitting back like sheep and not standing up for the power we are, that needs to end. We need to stop being weak. We need to still have heart and love. But we need to be like spiritual warriors. We need to be strong again and remember our power. And that is what this whole teaching game of Enki and Enlil with the eagle and the serpent really gets down to.